Hi everyone, my name is Yasmin Abdullah. I'm Maryville Student Government's Chief Financial Officer.
And hello, everybody. My name is Reed Husky. I am the Deputy of Financial Affairs for Maryville Student Government this year.
And today we're going to walk you guys through submitting a budget request.
Yeah, so to start off here, you'll want to get to the Get Involved MU page. So go up, type in your browser, Get Involved MU, get here, and log in with those Maryville credentials. Once you're here, you'll want to scroll down to all of your memberships and select the organization you want to submit the budget request for. So for the sake of this example today, I'll be submitting a budget request through Maryville Student Government. Once you click on that organization, you're going to want to come up here and manage that organization rather. And then come to the left side, look and take a look at the hamburger icon, click it, and should see a finance tab. Now, if you don't see this finance tab, it means whoever's organizing and setting permissions for your Get Involved MU page hasn't allowed you to have access to this page. So before you go through this process, you're just going to want to make sure you have access to this tab. Next, you'll want to go, it'll pull you, when you click that finance tab, it'll take you to this menu. Ignore all this stuff, but you'll want to make sure you're in the budget section, not purchase or funding. Come over here and you'll create a budget request. This will actually take you to one of the funding periods. And so right now we're in funding period 1. So MSG allocations and receipting processes are all kind of organized into periods. And so you can see the deadline for this period is August 19th at 12 a.m. So you're going to want to make sure you review that funding policy, and I'll pull it up here. Under MSG page, under the MSG page, under documents, and it should include this funding calendar, which shows you when the allocation requests open and when the deadline to submit is by. So make sure before you start this process that you review that funding policy and are aware of the deadlines. And next, if we scroll down and read through all this information, we can see the budget is actually separated into 3 sections. So you have event funding, organization-specific funding, and travel funding. Today, we're just going to do an event. And when I go in here.
Yeah, so once you choose that event type, you're just going to go ahead and put your event title. So for this example, we're just going to do bingo and brew. And then for the description, today I'm just going to write TBD, but in your case, if you guys could put as much information as you can, that will be helpful to us just so we know what we're funding. Then we're just going to go ahead and click next.
And then make sure, this will take you to those prior requirements. So make sure you're reviewing these and making sure that you have all covered them. So make sure your organization is improved and is on that Get Involved in You page. Your president and treasurer have completed the funding policy course, which this video is a part of. You've reviewed that funding policy like I was talking about earlier. You signed up for direct deposit, and you have the proper documentation to support this request today.
After that, you'll just be prompted some general funding questions. So again, we chose an event. Reed's going to go ahead and write his name. And then title of the person submitting. It's typically the treasurer or the president, so we'll do treasurer. And then your org name. Today we're MSG. And lastly, you're going to do your Maryville email. And then there's a couple more questions. This next one is just asking if there's any other funding sources for this event. So we just want to know, is there any other funding coming for this event alongside what you're requesting from MSG? If you don't have any, just go ahead and write none, and that's what we're going to do today. And then you're just going to agree or disagree to that last part, which is saying, do you understand our policies, deadlines, procedures, all that? And then you can go ahead to the next page.
Yeah, this next page is going to gather some more information. So the date for this event, let's just do August 23rd, 2021. So it's right out of the gate, this Bingo and Brew is. For the sake of example, we'll just say this is an on-campus event and that we're going to be buying some purchasing food and drink for this event. So then we would select the second option. Of course, whatever your event and whatever you're doing, you'd want to select the proper option. And we can finally get to the actual budgeting process. So you can see here, there's 11 sections, each with different line items. And you'll want to go through and fill out everything you need for the event in this section. So say Bingo and Brew is going to have a DJ this year. We want to go down to this contractual services section and add an item. We'd want to go up here and say, okay, well, we're having a DJ, so we'll select the DJ. You'd want to put their name in this field, a description of their act or what they'll be performing, the cost, and lastly, and sometimes required is that support document. So a W-9, a quote, or an invoice is really beneficial when we're reviewing these requests because it gives us that extra bit of information. And you want to go through this kind of section and add all of the line items and all of the things you'd need for the event. And after you're done with that, you'll want to go down here to the submit button. And once you click that, it'll be sent to us and we will review it in an allocations meeting and get back to you with an approval or a denial for your budget request.
And then one last thing to mention is when you look back at the funding calendar, you'll see the allocation meetings column. So on that meeting, you have the option to come as a representative of your organization and provide any clarifications if we need any. And I hope this helped you all have a better understanding of the funding policy. Feel free to refer to this video or the funding policy if you have any questions about this process throughout the school year.
Absolutely, guys. Hey, thanks for listening and good luck on those budget requests.